In this video, let's take a look at a couple ways Path handles change of circumstance and provides warnings for COC Cures. All right, let's go ahead and open up Path, log in, open up a file, go to our compliance, closing costs, loan estimate screen. And let's say we've issued the LE and we want to track that in Path. So on the loan estimate screen, we're going to click Issue LE. Then we're going to write a note, First LE, and click Save. Let's also go ahead and track the intent to proceed. So we'll hit intent to proceed confirmed. Now let's say that we wanted to change a fee. So what we're going to do is go into our fees screen. Let's go into section B, subordination fee. And let's say we wanted to change that from 230 to 430. So we'll make the change. Now we'll go down to change circumstance reason and select affecting settlement charges. We'll put in today's date. And for the comments, we'll write revised fees and hit save and close. So now we're going to go back into our loan estimate screen. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can handle this change of circumstance workflow. I'm just going to show you the functionality, and I won't go too far down into the rabbit hole as far as how it can be configured. I just wanted to show you the tools that are embedded in the system here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this COC request button, which is going to give me this note window, and I can go in here and write subordinate fee changed from 230 to 430 and hit save. So now at this time, this loan could now go to another department for someone to go into the loan, review the COC, and approve it, or it could stay with the person that requested the COC, and that same person could approve it. But let me show you, regardless of how you have it configured, the next step would be the same, whereas the person that's going to approve it would go in and click COC approved, which would open up this note window here, and then they could write change approved, and they could write sending out revised LE and click save. So now what they would do is they would go down and hit compare fees, and they would select the current fees and then the disclosure when the intent to proceed was sent out. And they'll hit compare. So now you can see no fees were added, no fees were deleted, but the subordinate fee has changed. The old amount was 230, the new amount is 430. Let's hit create COC. Now we'll go down to view the LE, and we've already got the loan estimate selected. Let's go search for the loan estimate change circumstance, add that, and add that to the doc storage. So now let's go into the doc storage and view these forms real quick so you can see how everything has updated and generated. Let me make that screen bigger here. So in section B, you can see the subordinate fee is now 430. And the loan estimate change circumstance shows subordination fee was 230. It's now 430. The reason was it was affecting the settlement charges. So real easy to make the change, document it. Oh, speaking of documenting it, let's go back into the compliance closing cost loan estimate screen, and we're going to click issue LE because we're going to tell Pat that we've reissued this LE for tracking purposes. And on this note window, we're going to write revised LE. And now what we're going to do is scroll down to the bottom of the loan estimate screen here, and you'll see under the LE CD status history, you can see when the first LE was sent out, when the intent to proceed was sent out, when the COC was requested, when the COC was approved, and then when the revised LE was sent out. So excellent loan visibility across the board for that COC workflow. Now, that's the first workflow where you're using a COC request button and a COC approved button. Another way to handle that, let's say that when the fees are disclosed, you want the fees to lock down. So maybe I'm the loan officer and the fees have been locked down, but now a fee needs to be changed. So in that instance, I wouldn't be able to go into my fees screen and change the fees. We've disclosed, we've configured it to lock those down. So in that use case, what we would do is we would turn on the COC request screen. So that way the LO or the processor, even though they can't change the fees over in the fees screen, they could go to the COC request screen, which looks just like the fees screen, go in and make the change they want to make, and then hit the COC request, and then that would send the loan to another department to go in, review the COC request, and they would have what's called the COC confirm screen. So they could go ahead and reject it or confirm it. Either way, it would still show up in the LECD status history that we were looking at earlier, right here. So regardless of whether you're using the buttons or the COC request and COC confirm screens, it's still all going to be tracked right here for that loan visibility. It just depends on if you're a smaller shop with people sharing responsibilities, or if you're a medium to larger shop with like a disclosure desk or compliance officer, and you really want to lock those fees down and create more structure in your workflow. So now let's talk about cost to cure warnings. Let's go back into our fees screen, and let's use the use case of we ordered an appraisal, and the first one was $700, but the appraisal was too low, so we had to order a second appraisal. The second appraisal came in at $900, so I need to go into my appraisal fee and change that from 700 to 900, and now watch what happens when I go to my CD screen and I go to issue this CD. So let's put in today's date for issue. Let's say we're doing it by e-sign. We'll click issue CD. And now we're getting a cost to cure warning. Hey, the estimated cost to cure is $200. Do you want to continue? And if I go onto my tolerance screen, you'll be able to see here that path shows the LE has been disclosed for section B at a total of $41,345. But currently the fees are at $41,545. So if we issue this CD, we're going to have a cost to cure of $200. And that's reflected down here as the estimated cost to cure. The total cost to cure is blank because that won't populate until we actually issue the CD. But this screen is letting us know that if we were to move forward, there's an estimated cost to cure of $200. Now, let me go back into the closing disclosure screen. And let's say that we're going to sell this to a lender, and we're pretty confident that they're going to be okay with that difference. And so, and for that use case. And so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and click issue CD and say, yes, let's move forward. Thank you for the warning on the cost to cure, but let's move forward and issue the CD. And so now when I go to my tolerance screen, you can see that the estimated cost to cure is 0, and the total cost to cure has been calculated. It's at $200. But again, in this use case, we move forward because we felt comfortable the lender's not going to ding us for that. So we can check this edit cost to cure button and zero out that total cost to cure. So it gives you the flexibility and the warnings to handle your cost to cures. And before we wrap up this video, just on this tolerance screen, I just wanted to point out how it's going to check your LE versus your CD as far as your 0 tolerance, 10%, no tolerance limitations, your APR tolerances, and your total of payment tolerances. So really nice tool built into the system. Love to hear from you if you have any questions. Please reach out to me. There's my phone number. There's my email. But to conclude, I just want to let you know you will absolutely love Path. It is amazing. And definitely reach out to me if you have questions and would like to learn more. Thanks for your time.